Alrighty, fake Resident Evil fans. It's time to listen once and for all. The consensus is this. The only people who give a shit about that shitty port to VR, the people who own the damn thing in the first place. I'm about tired of these simpletons, these fake Resident Evil fans coming on to my channel, the Brass Tacks, a prestigious, real Resident Evil fan who has that certified badge from day one. Now you may be asking yourself, Dylan, why are you attacking this game that ain't even on the regular console? If you can't even play it, why do you even care so much? Well, I'll tell you why, you dumb hillbilly. The fact is this. Resident Evil 4 deserved a true remake situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a remaster. This is something you've been fed time and time again. I mean, how many times can you consume Resident Evil 4? Let's be honest. Back when it was poppin' on the GameCube, that's the ultimate form of Resident Evil 4. We don't need this other slop. So yeah, you want to keep paying for this slop? You want to keep investing your money into a Capcom that stopped caring about you long ago? Go right ahead, be my guest. You want to sit in the asylum and be the crazy person who keeps buying these fucking pieces of shit? Go ahead, I don't care. Doesn't affect me. Doesn't affect me. I mean, look, I'm a day one fan. I got many certified badges, and believe me, you'll see them anytime you see me on a live stream, I can tell you. VR is fucking useless if we're not talking about going straight all in, and I mean pure immersion. The suit, the car, the weapon in your hand, whatever, you know, the realistic VR situation where you go into a fucking arcade style place, they got everything decked out, you get in the car, you get in the suit, it feels like you're actually doing something. Now this half-assed immersion bullshit with the Quest 2 can kiss my foot, okay? So you bought a paperweight. You think I'm gonna be sympathetic to you? Oh, and yeah, I'm not about to sign up on no Facebook nonsense just to play Resident Evil 4. You're out of your minds. Even Susie the Sphere Hunter, one of the biggest Resident Evil fans of all time, definitely does not want this piece of shit. Now, if that's not the most based thing I've ever heard, well, I don't know what is. Either way, once again, real Resident Evil fans, it's time to dive deep into the reality of the situation with the Brass Tacks. Yes, that's me. Dylan in the details can tell you this right now. These fake Resident Evil fans who have infested the franchise continue to drag us down further. You want me to sign up for Facebook? You want me to buy a $400 device? You can kiss my foot. I will never pay that amount for a Resident Evil 4 port. I'd rather play Resident Evil 4 on my phone because it's fucking capable. Now look, before I get too wild, the fact is this. The consensus is in. The stats are real. Nobody gives a shit about Resident Evil 4 VR except for people who own VR. We got about 200 or so simpletons coming over to my channel commenting, "Ooh, don't talk about VR, Dylan. Resident Evil 4 is going to be the best way to play on VR. VR is going to be best for Resident Evil 4. I don't care how many fucking paragraphs you write. Keep writing them. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, I'm right, you're wrong. Resident Evil 4 VR is still a downgrade. The footage is there. It's clear as fucking day. Now, you want me to go through frame by frame and do that? Oh, I already did that on a live stream, so you're gonna have to just tune into that. But what I can tell you right now is this. Resident Evil 4 VR is indeed nothing more than a shameless remaster with shitty-ass looking graphics, garbage animations. I mean, Jesus. Now, what I can tell you is they've already lied about this product. Now, let me take you to a different spot. Let me take you somewhere different in the mind. Look at the GTA 5 Next Generation announcement trailer. Yes, indeed. The ratio is incredible. Holy shit. That is the most thumbs down video I've seen. So, looking at that and then looking at this Resident Evil 4 VR business that has been barely talked about, given just crumbs of information for how long now? Months and months and months. So, the fact is this, people. This is another problem game. We are going to have a problem with this game. It's going to run like shit. It's going to look like ass. Look, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm sorry to be the man who has to force feed you the reality of the situation. And I know it's a mighty hard, nasty pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, fake Resident Evil fans, you're gonna have to. Because you're gonna play that, you're gonna put it down. And the fact that you have to sign up for Facebook, have a $400 device, I mean, look, this is the worst way to do Resident Evil 4. Now, I know all the real fans are still watching. That's why I'm gonna say this. Resident Evil 4 deserves a true, honest remake. A real remake, not a half-ass bunch of bullshit-ass remastering bullshit. The best thing I can say about this Resident Evil 4 needless port to a VR peripheral that is nothing more than a fucking anchor in my area. Resident Evil 4 perhaps won't be as rushed as Resident Evil 3 was. My God, could you imagine if they did just as bad a job? People would literally go nuts. And I don't want to go nuts. What I want to do is have a great time playing some of my favorite games ever. And if we're going into the Resident Evil 4 timeline, well, I'm curious to see what will happen. I hope it's brutal because lately Resident Evil has been made for a bunch of snowflakes. They're baby games at this point. Change them to T for T. Honestly. I mean, geez. Frankly, I'm so sad that Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 were treated that way. And if they treat Resident Evil 4 in the same way they treated those games, I tell you what, it will be over. The real fans, the day one OGs will end it. They'll leave. They'll be done with Resident Evil forever, done with Capcom perhaps, until they start busting out Dino Crisis, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let me just say this. On a positive note, at least while they're working on this VR nonsense, we know, at least while this VR nonsense is taking place, we can hold it firmly in our hearts that Resident Evil 9 is being crafted and booted out of the way so we can move on to some real games once again with a real story that matters. Resident Evil is dead right now. Maybe we can revive the corpse, but frankly, I'm not sure it matters. Truth be told, Resident Evil 4 is one of my most played Resident Evil games, although I think it was a departure in the wrong direction. I mean, look, Shinji Mikami's a fucking genius. I'm gonna be the first one to stand up and shout that if I ever see him. But the truth is, games change, times change, trends change. And when we get down to those brass tacks, Resident Evil 4, although it may have shifted the Resident Evil timeline into the wrong direction, the direction of pure action, yes, and silly comic book nonsense, holy fuck. But it is still held in high regard and does some of the best things I've seen in video games in the best way. But although it's not really that much of a Resident Evil game, I still accept it into my heart. Now, for a final note on this, I must say, if you buy VR just to play Resident Evil 4, well, you are stuck in the Matrix and there's nothing I can do to unplug you from it. So, really guys, I'm hoping you don't buy into this nonsense. I mean, come on. We still got the old games. We can play this game on every fucking console, probably even the toaster and the microwave at this point. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna firmly plant it in the ground. Do not buy this soulless cash grab from a company that does not care about you. A company sinking slowly into the sand, yes. If you're a real Resident Evil fan, you won't. So until next time, guys, it's over.